Hi everyone, it's Meredith. Welcome. I'm so happy you're here today. It is a gorgeous day here in Arizona. We're sitting at about 85 degrees, so sending sunshine your way. I hope you're all doing well, and if you are new, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you being here, and for those of you who've been here for so long, I am just so grateful and appreciative. And today I have a super fun flip through for you. This chunky girl is my design team project for Lydia at Raindrop Lila, and I had to just turn off the crafting and just be finished because otherwise I was going to have to split this into two journals. So anyway, it's a gorgeous journal. I love how it turned out, and I can't wait to show everything to you. So this is kind of an open spine journal, and it's also has a hidden spine on the, or hidden binding on the inside. And I've got several different layer situations going on here. The kit that I had my inspiration for this journal, first of all, was for the topper here, these gorgeous kind of cameo fairy pieces that Lydia has, and I'll have everything listed below, of course. And then her beautiful kit called The Blessing, and it's absolutely stunning. And of course, as per usual, I used many of her other gorgeous coordinating papers and digitals and tossed in some of my own. So anyway, I will stop talking about all that and we will just jump right in. So like I said, she's very chunky, and I've got some beautiful laces and trims, and I created the front and back cover with file folders and some really awesome the rust papers that I love to use to make it look kind of like a book. So anyway, I have this beautiful piece of chiffon and this luscious baby blue color. I just love it. So pretty. I think I got it in a Happy Meal, and I've been using little bits and pieces of it here and there, but I decided today I needed to use the rest of it for the closure because as you can see, this is a big girl. So my topper here is super fun. I'm just going to unclip it, and it's got several layers. So this part here is attached to a page that I embossed and just backed it with some of the wallpaper, and then I tucked in this beautiful little aesthetic photo. And so this is all one piece, and then here is the sort of the secondary piece, and inside I have a nice little bundle that I tucked in and just added a few more of the aesthetic photos and paper from the green vintage green kit that I popped in there. So that's, oops, excuse me, it goes like this. And this is kind of a gusseted pocket, so quite a bit more could actually be stuffed in there. So I just love how that turned out, and I love all the layering and the pretty lace. I thought it looked so beautiful. And I'm clearly obsessed with this satiny vintage piece that I've got maybe another 12 inches of, so I love it. So here on the front cover, I've attached this beautiful lace from Blue Linen Cottage, and then the signature is attached also to the sari here. And as you open up, we have this little pocket here, and I created just little labels to use as little tuck spots. So here's another gorgeous image from Lydia's aesthetic photos, and a little offcut from some wallpaper. This is a Welsh Bible page, just a little scrap, and then this was also just a little offcut that I tucked in. So this all gets popped into this beautiful lace pocket, and this is also lace trim from Blue Linen Cottage from a bundle that I got a while back. Emily has amazing pieces in her shop. Here is another fun little sort of collaged piece, and these art pieces are so gorgeous. This is from the Blessings kit, and I just love them. I used several throughout, and they're so pretty. And I actually built this up so it's a little bit dimensional and not just flat, and then added this beautiful kind of lacy lattice fabric. I guess I don't know if it's considered crochet or whatever, but anyway. And then on the back, it's just blank for some little hidden journaling. So that clips on here. Whoops. And then I have this cute little photo of the vase of flowers, little daisies, and then I just did some collaging on the bottom. Here is a nice little cluster and little tuck spot with some scrap of lace. And this beautiful image wallpaper, I believe, I can't remember. I'll have to look this one up. It might be the spring or the country garden pictures. Anyway, I will have it listed below. This is just a nice little scrap that I thought coordinated well. So pretty. This image is from the new lace papers that Lydia released just this week, and I printed 2 to a page, so it came, half size. And this is a little flip out. I love this image from The Blessing. So pretty. So this flips out here, and I just added a little bit of Amity Bloom washi tape and another pretty rose card. And then this is just some super old aged book page that I thought the color was just yummy. So that pops in there. I used several Edith Holden book pages and added just this little rose journaling card, some vintage music paper, and then here's just a floating tag. It could be used anywhere in the journal. And I printed this on presentation paper, so it's a little bit, has a nice little shine to it, and then double printed on the back with some of the paper from the Blessing kit. Just some old blank journal paper. Here's another little tuck that I made, and I popped in this beautiful, it's kind of a wallpaper piece, and it's just stunning. The color is absolutely amazing. I would do my whole bedroom in this if I could. And then a little frame, and then here's a little scrap of some homemade paper I have left over from Heather at Rose Hill Paper Cottage. And then here, oops, on this page, I have a little bottom tuck, and I just did the little grommet. I love doing that. It's so fun. Get a little different texture and visual on the page. And I tucked in a full sheet here with another beautiful rose journaling card. And this just opens all the way up. And it is a full sheet. And I double printed with the pastel ledgers that Lydia has in her shop. And then this beautiful home, and just blank on the back. And then this is some very old and grungy, very holy Italian book page. So that all just gets tucked in here. I'm not going to try to shove that in, so I'll just set that aside. And then here I did just a little collaging on the bottom to make a little bottom tuck and a nice little journaling card. And this is from Olivia Grace. This is, I believe, from the Fleurs kit. Pretty sure. Super pretty. And then French book page. And then here I coffee dyed some presentation paper, and I just love how it turned out. And then printed, this is from Lydia's collage kit. It's called the Vintage Collage Kit, and it actually blends really well with the Blessing kit. And then here's our fun little embossing rose image. Here is super pretty. I did a little faux paper clip and just sandwiched it in between so you could have either side up, and that just tucks on there. I double printed one of the pages from the Blessing and the French documents that Lydia has. I just thought that turned out really beautiful. This is probably one of my favorite French documents that she has, as I use it all the time. I can't remember this kit, but it is, it will be listed below. And then here is another gorgeous fairy cameo. I just love these so much, and I just tucked on some little scrap of lace, and this is a tuck spot here. We've got the gorgeous Edith Holden butterflies and the swallows. And then here I have another sort of little cluster. This is just clipped on just for aesthetic reasons, not really to hold anything together. But in here I have two more tall tags. This is from the Blessing, and it's double printed. And then this is from the vintage Roses and Script collection that she has, and they're all pastels and super beautiful. And then so here is one of the full sheets, and I just did a little tuck in and double printed. So you've got this beautiful wallpaper on the back, and then nice aged full sheet for lots of fun journaling. So that gets tucked in here. And this is one of the pastel ledgers. All right, so this might be one of my favorite pages. Lydia did this in one of her journals, and I just loved it so much, I decided to steal her idea. So this is from, oh gosh, which kit is this from? Okay, I'll have to look. I can't remember. But anyway, she has these fussy cut butterflies in her shop, obviously. And here is, made it turn into a little belly band. So I made just a tag with some collaging. And then here is just a little offcut from one of the vintage collage sheets. Look how cute she is with her little floral hat and skirt. And then some of that vintage ledger. And that just pops in here. Okay, I'm not going to try to shove it in now. And then here is some more of that fun trim that I have. And this is so gorgeous. I didn't want to cover it up. I tried to leave a lot of blank pages for you to add all your own goodies, or for journaling, or, you know, just whatever. Dotted trim on there. This is another one of the collage pieces from the Blessing. Here I did just a little tuck, and this is another one of the pieces from the Script and Roses. Here is a nice sort of sturdy, chunky journaling card, and I just backed it with some collage paper, and then here is just a little offcut, which is great for journaling, as well as just this nice piece of journal paper. That gets clipped on there. A little embossed page. This is that homemade paper I've purchased off of Amazon. It's so versatile. I love it. And then here, this is a little flip out. And so if I take the little clip off, it's kind of, you know, like a little tuck spot here. And then on this side, it flips all the way open. So I wanted to keep the clip on just so that it didn't fly out, for lack of a better word or description. This is a little top tuck, and I have included another one of the beautiful art frame pieces, and just double printed that with some neutral paper. And then here is a beautiful wallpaper piece, and then this gorgeous, I love this so much, it's so pretty. So many pretty greens and blues and pinks in this kit. It's perfect for our springtime coming up, and just so pretty. This is another one of the collage pieces from the Blessing. Here I did a little fussy cut rose and backed it with some handmade paper and then some lace, so that something could be tucked behind there. And then this is my centerpiece, and this is from the Floors kit. I think it's number 6. And it's so stunning. It totally reminds me of Sense and Sensibility. Absolutely gorgeous. And I printed it on the linen paper, so it's got kind of a little sort of muted hue, but just so beautiful. And here is another little kind of flip out tuck spot. And here I have a top tuck with another little sort of scrap from collage or embossing. And then here I have this little trifold that I tuck the paper in like so. And then you can open up for a nice big sheet of hidden journaling. And this is from the Vintage Green kit. So many pretty papers in that. Love it. If there's any question on anything when I'm flipping, just leave me a message in, the timestamp, and I can let you know. This is a piece from a book that I have. I can't remember what it's called, but I got it off Amazon. It has these huge full sheets of botanicals, and I just tipped it in with some age tape, so it could totally be removed, or you could just use it for an extra page. Love this, so gorgeous. And this is more of that pastel ledger paper, so versatile. Excuse me. Here's another little label, and I just tucked in our beautiful girl with her crane, so pretty. And then this is just one of the collage pieces that I had coffee stained on that presentation paper. I just did some collaging here with some extras, and then this is a little flip out and a little half page, and then another one of those tags from the Roses in Script. Such beautiful paper, love it. Here is a little tuck spot and a nice big tall tag. Such an amazing floral arrangement. And that just can stand on its own. And this, so gorgeous. There's some more Edith Holden. Another fun little cameo theory, tuck up in there. And so we're just kind of coming to the backs of all the pages, this little half page, and added some of my fun watercolor swatches. This is just a nice little journaling card. And this is the back of that Olivia Grace ledger paper, little flip out here. And then I have another bottom pocket that I did the little eyelet and tucked in this beautiful rose on the arbor and one of my embossed pages. And it's, it's kind of cardstocky. And then this is a nice little envelope that I tucked in some goodies. So these are all from the collage pages. This sweet little girl riding her butterfly. And just extra pieces for you to use in the journal. You know what, I will tuck that in later. And then there's the backs of all these pages. I had one more tag that I wanted to include. So pretty. Back of that music sheet and the Edith Holden page. Here's a nice little flip out, and I've got some half pages that I tucked in, so they're kind of, that could be like a little secret journaling spot there. Isn't that just gorgeous? And then I had a little bit more of trim and added that here. And this is the back pocket, and so I have some more of that gorgeous trim that I used on the front. And this is a little tuck spot behind here. And then I tucked in the pocket some very old vintage French book page. Got this from Jacqueline at Souvenir de la France. I have a whole packet of gorgeousness from here. And then I did another, one more set of the beautiful framed ovals. I just love them so much. And it's pretty sturdy. It's tucked back in there, and then the back of the journal. So she is very chunky, and I love how it turned out, and I appreciate you guys being here today to share in my exciting creative stuff, and I hope you love it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you are interested in purchasing, please send me an email or message me on Instagram. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and we got weekend coming up, so yippee, and sending lots of love and sunshine, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.